going with Michael Noland's argument.
Let's check back in with him real quick before we go.
I do have to go, so we
you liar!
We don't need to watch too much of it.
Okay, we won't.
Madonna, number 2, Taylor Swift, and of course, number 1, Drake. You see, the flavor of the article praises the Beatles and others. The Beatles were out as a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, Taylor Swift has had over 3 times 4 billion. Where are we today? Well, we have a population of over 8 billion people. So any artist out today has more potential fans to begin with than any artist, including the Beatles, in the 1960s.
But wait a second.
Why can't you just say the internet exists nowadays so everybody can hear it?
And also, people don't buy. This is about album sales, right?
Yes.
People don't even buy albums anymore. Famously, like the music industry has had to totally shift because the album sales have dropped so much. So if anything, it would be easier to sell a lot of albums back then. This is a bad argument he's making.
Yeah, this is a bad argument. You can't just you can't just use math and then just say that it's like that your argument's correct.
I don't care how good your hair tunnels are. You can't just do that.
We gotta have Nate on the stream, on a Nolan stream sometime.
Yeah, you should come on a Sunday night stream. People would love it. Talk a little bit of Nolan.
I'm all about him. So
a lot of people like him, and a lot of people very much hate his guts. Just one more minute here.
One makes a big deal about what a cultural impact Taylor Swift has made. But if you compare how she's covered in the media today to that of how the Beatles were covered by the media in their day, she pales in comparison. Not only were the Beatles constantly interviewed and placed on specials and in every TV show they could wind up in, they were in the morning news.
Is he actually trying to say that like she doesn't do interviews because she's such a big celebrity?
Yeah, I don't understand. He's saying that the Beatles would show up for the opening of an envelope, but she won't. Like, I don't understand what this argument is. This is awful.
The way celebrity works now is everyone's so accessible. So the big, huge celebrities, they make a point of not being accessible, not having social media in the same way that other people do, not doing interviews, so that way they're still considered to be celebrities. You know. So this is complete delusion from him.
Okay, one last.
The noon news, the evening news, and the late news. They were on every single magazine. We don't even
have the late news anymore.
We have 24-hour news cycles now, and I'll thank you to know that they're way too busy covering all the nonsense political stuff to even talk about entertainment.
They're way too busy, like reporting on the fall of the world.
Yeah. And still, by the way, they do talk about Taylor Swift on there all the time, by the way. She's constantly in the fucking news right now.
In any store you walked in those days, and they would even televise debates between intellectuals debating on whether the Beatles were good for our society or not. And other intellectuals, one in particular, called them living avatars.
They are literally doing debates on Taylor Swift in like right-wing media right now about whether or not she's a psyop. It is like dominating the fucking news on in conservative media.
She's a psyop, by the way.
She's definitely 100% psyop. We all know what the word means. We all understand the definition, and we know how to use it. And she is one.